Today, I'm going to talk about my DoorDash addiction, my food delivery addiction, and how I was able to finally get out of that toxic, wasteful cycle, and also provide some tips on how you can get out and how you can save yourself money in the future. So I've been battling with DoorDash for since 2021. So now it's currently 2025. And I've been battling with this addiction since before I went to my intern year. Thankfully, I had a very good friend who was a lot more frugal than me, and they opted to go pick up the food, which is so much cheaper than actually getting the delivery, but it's still more expensive than actually going to the store. So when I finally left for residency, I think I waited about 6 months, but I got really stressed out, and life, residency, you don't have much time, you're not getting much sleep. So I needed dopamine. So there was a really good store that I didn't want to go to because I didn't want to waste time going out and doing things. I'm quite a bit of an introvert, and sometimes I think that that is a weakness of mine. Wanting to go out and socialize and just wanting to have the convenience of just like having it delivered to your door so you can stay in your home and stay safe and stay in a predictable environment. I started, and by the end of residency, I would say over like 6 months of my intern year, I had already started cutting into my savings, and they didn't use DoorDash or any of the mainstream deliveries in this city, but they used one that was quite a bit more expensive. And I kind of turned off my brain to like, what's your budget doing? What are you cutting into? And I think that that was the first sign that I had an issue, had a real issue. I ended up moving, and I had less savings than I would have had I not done the DoorDash. I didn't think too much of it, but I knew that I needed to get rid of it. So when I moved for my advanced residency, I moved to a new place, and I was like, okay, time to start over, because I do believe that the habits that you start when you move into a new environment, those habits are very difficult to get rid of. And I say that because you're in a new environment. The choices that you make will stick with you because they become part of your routine. And even though I knew that, I tried to, not have the DoorDash in like the first 6 months. I try to be really disciplined and kind of have some restraint as far as my sugar addiction, because I do admit that I have a bad sugar addiction, and I'm trying to get that under control with alternatives. After 6 months, maybe 7 months, when I started taking pretty regular call and my schedule started to change from the routine 8 to 5, is when I started noticing that I was having some plateaus in my dopamine, and I wanted to have more sugar, have more salt, have more things that helped me feel good right away and for a moment. And that's when I stopped paying so much attention to what my budget was, and I just got that DoorDash take over. And it was manageable probably from my first year into my second year. My third year is when it got pretty bad, and I was ordering DoorDash every week. It went up to every week. And then after that time, when I got really stressed and home life and also work life was getting super stressful, I found myself looking for DoorDash every day. I love sugar, I love ice cream, and I would order this large blizzard every single day. That's so many calories. And I knew that it was so many calories because they tell you in the app like how much it is. And then I would even add more stuff into it. I was just living my big bag life, and I'm still I'm still paying for that. I would just get that every single day. It really started to be like, "Oh, I want this immediate gratification. I want this immediate hit of dopamine." But after, I felt really sad and I felt really guilty, and it did not make me feel good in the long term. It did not make me feel good to know that I was sabotaging myself. So, fast forward to the middle of my third year. Stress was really still high, and I was still doing a lot, moving around a lot, but things were starting to slow down. Stress at home was also still pretty high, kind of adjusting to a new lifestyle and a new way of doing things. And so many things are changing, and there's so many things that I need to prepare for as far as work. It really did increase my need for dopamine and my need for positive positive reinforcement, which this was not. It just was a facade. Like, oh, you walked today, you get DoorDash. You did what you were supposed to do today, so you get DoorDash. And what I originally found or thought to be self love was actually not that thing. So the month of January, I spent hundreds of dollars, and that continued into February and into March. And probably first week of April, I was ordering DoorDash every single day. And one large blizzard was way over 1,000 calories for the day with everything that I was adding. And it was also very expensive. So about $20 a pop. So 7 days, that's $140 that I spent in 1 week's time. And that's just by ordering DoorDash. I think it was Friday, maybe Thursday, that I ordered it because I had been ordering it since a weekend before. So I ordered it and I was like, every time I come home, this is what I feel. This is what I want. This is the routine that I've established for myself. It's not helping me reach my body goals. It's not helping me reach any goals that I have for myself as far as being healthy, being fit, losing weight. All of these things were important to me, but I was not prioritizing how important those things were to me because I was only looking for instant gratification. I was tired of it, and I was tired of myself, and I was tired of putting up with the excuses that I was making for myself, and I was tired of giving in to my temptations. And in Islam, we say nafs. So I was tired of giving in to my temptations and my nafs and letting them win, right? Not working out, not being active, not doing everything that I needed to do every day, and also treating this thing that is very clearly harming me and harming my well being as something that is self care and self love and a way that I take care of myself and a way that I make myself feel better. In reality, that just simply was not true. So I had to figure some stuff out, and I did. Once I realized that I had a problem, I had to fix it. So things that had not worked for me in the past was deleting the app. It would only help for a minute. And even if I deleted the app, I could still access it on the Safari browser and order it. And all of my things were still there. And my favorite restaurant was there. And it was just easy. It was clickable. I tried the screen time. That never worked because you can just ignore it. Like, what are we doing? Like, why is that even a thing if it's not actually going to help you? The only time that it helps is if you're a parent and it's for your child's phone, because then you can have the passcode and they won't be able to bypass that. But as far as for an adult, you can just ignore it and move on. So those things were not helpful and they were not helping me. So I actually found this app. It's called the Freedom app. I'll put the app icon here, and it has a free version. And this is not sponsored, by the way, but I'm so ecstatic. I'm so happy about this app because I needed something else, something external to help me get rid of this DoorDash and to just stop it. I got the app, and it allows you to block websites, the web browser, and also block the apps. So both of those were blocked. And if you want to get the 24-hour block, which you do not have to reset, you can just say 24 hours, it's on all the time, every time on this particular device. And you can set up Freedom if you order the premium version, which I'm not sure what the price is, but the price that it was when I got the premium version, it paid for itself in less than 3 days because I was spending $20 a day on DoorDash, and this app was paid for in that time with the amount of money that I saved. And I am just so ecstatic because I don't have access to it. I also use this app for making sure that I stay disciplined in my studies. Right now, I'm in dedicated study periods, studying for the core exam, eligibility exam, and I use it to shut down all of the social media apps, and it shuts down browsers. It shuts down every single thing, and you cannot access it until the time is up. And so I do that for in the morning. So 8 to 12, we're blocked. And then I do a smaller session from 12 to 2, we're blocked. So I absolutely recommend this app to everybody. And sometimes people say, like, oh, I need to ease into it. I need to just wean myself off of it and only get it once a day and or once a week, once a month. No. No, because you have to understand that when you have a sugar addiction, when something is harming you, you have to stop cold turkey. There's no weaning off. There's no, oh, I just need time to do this. And it's hard to hear because it was hard for me to hear. But when something is not good for you and something is actively harming you, it's important for you to rip the band-aid off, whatever it is, so that you can be happy and you can start living up to your full potential. And all of the placating of, oh, I just need time. I'm going to wean myself off of it and it's not going to take as much time and over time I'll get better. No, because you're not doing yourself any favors. And the chances are greater that that will not work and you will revert back to your old habits rather than stopping yourself and saying, "No, this is not good for me. How do I get rid of this? Shut it down." And I have it blocked and I have not ordered any DoorDash. I will say that no food delivery has been ordered. However, I did go to Dairy Queen, but when I went this time, because I didn't have to get a large to be able to add all the extras that I wanted to add, I was able to get myself a mini, a little mini that was well within my calories. I was still able to have that treat, but I was able to have it in a healthier amount, have it at a healthier frequency, and something that wouldn't completely destroy my goals that I have for myself as far as fitness and health and calorie intake. And as a result of just eating the number of calories that I'm supposed to eat, so I'm not even taking in less calories than I should for my body weight. Just eating the amount that I'm supposed to eat every day, I was able to lose 5 pounds in just under 10 days. And when you're at such a disequilibrium from what it is that your body needs with regards to consuming food, your body will completely respond very quickly as soon as you start just taking in the amount that you're supposed to take in for your body weight. And I'm really happy. It was really motivational. Before, when I was trying to lose weight, but I was still cheating and getting the DoorDash back in January or February, it gave me anxiety to get on the scale because I would see like a little movement, 2 pounds, and I'd be like, okay, great. And then I would get back on and those pounds were back, or sometimes it was even more. It was just very disheartening. But the disheartening part came from me not being realistic about what it was that I was consuming, how often I was consuming those things, and the fact that those things were not helping me and that I was sabotaging myself. So, to anybody out there that is having trouble getting rid of the things that are tempting you, whether that be what you watch, what you listen to, your activity levels or lack of activity levels, what you consume, there is never going to be anything healthier than just ripping that band-aid off and getting aligned with the person that you want to be. So, do you want to be a person that consumes all of this sugar, all of these unhealthy things, and that consistently deprives yourself of getting to the ideal self that you actually want to reach? Or do you want to allow yourself that opportunity to grow, to be a different person, to be a better person? You can be that if you are realistic with yourself. And it's so hard sometimes for us to take accountability, especially me. Like, this is something that I'm really learning this year, is how to take accountability. This happened because of something that you are doing or something that you did. And we all make mistakes. We're all human. But the sooner that you own up to what it is that you've been sabotaging yourself with, you can get to a better place, get to a more peaceful place, get to a even sometimes a less anxious place. Because sometimes when we do things, it makes us guilty. And even the thought of going back to that thing can induce anxiety in us. Part of me really does not want to order this DoorDash today, but I'm very nervous that I'm going to do it when I get home. And it's hard because, like, people often underestimate the magnitude of a food addiction. And I think that there needs to be more attention for people who do have this addiction and how we can help them and giving them opportunities to help them grow and get out of these vicious cycles, because sugar runs in my family. My dad had diabetes and it was very traumatic watching him kind of decline over his life before he passed away. And I never want to be a person that has diabetes and that also goes through those things. But I also have to acknowledge that I was doing everything to put myself exactly in that position. And I was doing everything to deprive myself of health and of time and of money because I spent so much money. I'm going to put a screenshot up here at some point in this video, and I'm going to show you how much I spent over the month. It will be in the hundreds of dollars just from DoorDash, just from dashing ice cream. It's crazy. It's insane looking at it and having to take accountability for that thing. And I do believe that until you want to help yourself, there's not going to be anything that anyone says or anyone does that is going to help you get out of the situation that you're in. You have to want to get out of it. And sometimes that's hard because some of us, including myself, deal with, anxiety and depression, and we take medication for that. And it's really hard to get out of this is the only good thing that I have going today. And sometimes it may feel that that is really, really true, really, really true. But the rewards that you will get from allowing yourself to be healthy and to not fall into those temptations are far greater. Even though it was only 5 pounds that I lost, like I felt great for days. I was on a dopamine high for days, and I want to continue to lose weight and see my body transform and make those changes. That was better than any single DoorDash that I've had, any magnitude or number of DoorDash days that I've had, because the DoorDash was just fulfilling something in myself that I was not fulfilling for myself. It was helping me to delay being accountable for the things that I was not taking responsibility for. I just wanted to post this video to connect with people who are also having issues like this and who may be struggling with some sort of temptation, and help them understand that you're not by yourself. We all have things that we have to deal with. And if you want to have financial security, if you want to have peace of mind, if you want to be in alignment with who it is that you're supposed to be, then you have to rip the band-aid off. You have to just pull yourself out of that situation and get to a better place immediately, because that is the best way to treat yourself and to give yourself the opportunity to grow and learn from this. Because we don't have a lot of time in this life, and we need to do the things that we need to do that are in alignment with who we are and what we believe before it's too late, before our health starts to decline, before we start seeing the true consequences of our actions. And short-term consequences of this would be weight gain, loss of savings, and loss of wealth subsequently as a result of ordering this and ordering this and ordering this over and over again. But the long-term ramifications of your health, your disconnect from people around you who want you to be healthy, who want you to maximize, you'll be surprised that people will come into your life who see your potential before you're able to see it. And those people will try to push you so long as you see that you are capable of those things. However, if you're not at a stage to where you see that you're capable and you see who you are, then sometimes it makes it very difficult for those people to be able to help you or to want to help you. So this is something that I'm learning, and I'm learning so much, and my life has changed dramatically over the past year. Last year, I was not a hijabi. Last January, I was not a hijabi. So just seeing the amount of growth that I've had in such a short amount of time, it makes me very excited for the things to come. Last year, I was not posting on YouTube. I was very shy. And a lot of it was because there were things about myself, about my appearance, that I did not accept. I was not ready to accept. I didn't like how I sounded. I didn't like how I looked, all of these things. But one day I just decided, like, okay, you're going to start. You're just going to do it, and it's going to be fine. And I ripped the band-aid off. And you have to do that with a lot of things in your life. Rip the band-aid off. and remove the things that are bad and step into the things that you are drawn to. If you've been being pulled to take the MCAT, to take the LSAT, to go back to school, to upload the YouTube video, I don't get a lot of views, but I'm just happy that I'm doing it. And right now, I'm hoping to connect with people in the future and I'm hoping to develop a community. But right now, I'm just so happy. I have 27 followers and like 27 people who want to hear what I have to say, which is insane to me. So just rip the band aid off, just do the thing, remove the thing. Remove the thing that is bad for you. Do the thing that you're being called to do. Align yourself with who you're supposed to be in this lifetime, and you will be so happy. You will be so fulfilled. You will be so content in this lifetime. And we will always go through things. But the more that you fight for yourself, fight for your health, fight for your happiness, fight for your purpose, fight for your creativity, the more content that and grateful that you will be in this lifetime. And so for anybody who's struggling, just comment a heart down below. And I just want to let you guys know that I'm here for you if you want to talk. I'm hoping that we can connect and I'm hoping that we can grow together, because I started this YouTube channel to document my healing journey and how much I'm changing. I've already changed so much, which is crazy. And I think I'm going to upload a video about how I became a hijabi and how it happened so unintentionally. And the things that were holding me back were actually not even realistically problems. I would love for you guys to continue with me on this journey. Please like and subscribe. Please come back to my channel and please comment about what it is that you're going through. If you've ever had an issue with food delivery or food addiction, let me know where you are in your journey. And if you just need encouragement, I hope that this is your sign and your opportunity to continue and to move forward and to just start doing the thing. Just start removing the thing. Just throw it out and just be done. And then see what happens after. But I hope that everybody has a peaceful day, a wonderful day. Thank you so much to everybody who's already subscribed. I really appreciate it. And it's been really nice to be able to express myself in this way and to be able to connect with people in this way. So thank you very much and have a great day.